Hey guys, welcome back to your channel. Today, we're back in Toronto for a video of one of the most underappreciated stations on the TTC network, Sheppard-Yonge. As with many of our videos, this was shot long in advance of release and actually before we left Toronto, so COVID-19 restrictions were not in place at the time of filming, so just be aware of that while you're watching this video. Sheppard-Yonge is located in North York, about a kilometer north of Highway 401 at the intersection of Yonge Street and Sheppard Avenue. The station was originally known as Sheppard when it initially opened in 1974, but with the addition of the Sheppard line from here to Don Mills in 2002, it was renamed Sheppard-Yonge Station. Given this is the newest interchange station on the TTC system, although it will lose that title when the Eglinton Crosstown eventually opens sometime in the next few years. The station is also the fourth busiest in the TTC network, and if I'm being honest, a total mess. The station is not really visually impressive and has a number of entrances and concourses all over the place. There are seemingly endless staircases, a mostly unused platform, and a number of different levels which make the station feel quite confusing for first-timers. For today though, we'll take you around the neighborhood and show you the details of this maze-like station. Let's get started! Before we get into the video, consider following us on Twitter and supporting us on Patreon for exclusive behind-the-scenes content and to get your spot on the RM Transit Metro map. Located directly underneath the Yonge and Sheppard intersection, Sheppard-Yonge is flanked by a large underground Y connecting the Yonge and Sheppard subway lines. You can actually see the tracks leading into the Y coming into the station from the south on the Yonge line or departing the Sheppard line eastbound. The Sheppard line does not have its own maintenance and storage facility, so the 4-car trains are run down the Yonge line to Davisville for maintenance, and they're stored in the long tail tracks to the west of Sheppard-Yonge Station. Since the Yonge line is being equipped with ATC, the trains operated on this line are also ATC compatible in order to operate on the Yonge line to reach those facilities. North York has grown rapidly in recent years, and Sheppard-Yonge has been one of the centers of this growth. Numerous new glass towers have sprouted up in the surrounding area, giving it an interesting vibe. A number of GO buses and some TTC routes operate in the area as well, which along with the width of Yonge Street at this station, give the area a very busy feeling. We're starting our tour on the platform for the Yonge subway line today, which is an island platform at the lowest level of the station. The platform is quite typical for a Toronto subway station, with beige flooring and steel columns along the length, and amenities and vertical access located in the center for passengers from both directions to use. The accent color of the platform is blue, but you might not even be able to notice that if you were only here for a short while, as the only place you'll find the color is on the walls that are often blocked by the trains. A clear, consistent color palette is definitely something I would like to see here at this station. The platform is otherwise quite standard in terms of its offerings, although with many different sets of stairs and escalators due to the sheer amount of connections and entrances this station offers. There are designated waiting areas at both ends of the platform, with many more benches, TV screens, and phones littered throughout. Alright, time to head up to the main concourse of the station, which is accessible by this set of stairs at the northern end of the station. The concourse is wide enough to accommodate the large passenger flow traveling between the bus terminal, the subway, and the entrances, and it also features quite a few different amenities such as a couple of shops, some washrooms, and the highly coveted Starbucks. There's a set of fare gates at one corner for access to the Sheppard Center, which we'll be visiting later, and a collector's booth that's since been retired. This concourse is definitely showing its age, but at least it serves its purpose well enough. Our next stop is the bus terminal of the station just down this long hallway, which unfortunately is quite a bit of a walk, especially from the Sheppard line platforms. The bus terminal sits on the northwest corner of the Yonge and Sheppard intersection and plays host to 4 routes: 98 Willowdale Senlac, 85 Sheppard East, and 84 Sheppard West, as well as the 984 Sheppard West Express. And of course, the terminal also handles the 385 and 384 night buses on Sheppard East and West respectively. The bus terminal is not particularly large, as is somewhat common for subway interchanges in Toronto. However, it does feature seating, Presto reload machines, and next bus arrival displays. There are also a number of other bus routes in the area that operate entirely on Yonge Street as through services. These include the 97 Yonge and its night bus equivalent, the 320, as well as the 19 Mississauga, 27 Milton, 32 Brampton, 34 Pearson Airport, 67 Keswick, and the 96 Oshawa GO buses. With all of these GO buses operating here, the service can be quite convenient when living in one of the many high-rises on Yonge Street between Highway 401 and Finch Station, especially heading up to points such as Yorkdale Mall and Pearson Airport, where the TTC network requires multiple transfers. Looking towards the outside, this whole area is surrounded by various high-rise offices and residential towers, which certainly give the area a dense feeling, but the wide roads and surface parking lots dotting the landscape do lend to some confusion as to what this area is supposed to be. Alright, let's come back to the station and keep exploring. Right off the hallway that leads to the bus terminal is the first entrance we'll take a look at today. This entrance is an automated entrance located at Harlandale Avenue just north of Sheppard, with lots of people using it primarily as a kiss and ride. And this is also the closest entrance to the McDonald's, not that we go there often or anything. And right across the street is Yonge Sheppard Center, and this is where we'll find the next entrance of Sheppard-Yonge. This is definitely the nicest entrance at the moment, as it just got a nice new coat of paint, so to speak, courtesy of the recent renovations at the mall. As with many of the other entrances, we have the TTC logo pylon, a really nice modern touch that reminds me of Vancouver's T or Ottawa's O pylons. The public realm here has also been vastly improved, with a variety of different eateries opening onto a very wide new sidewalk. Entering the mall here, we have an elevator down to the concourse, as well as a giant LED screen and escalators leading down to the lower level. A few doors and stairs later and we end up at the concourse level again, where we can enter the fare paid zone through the fare gates we saw before. Now, arriving on the Sheppard line platforms, which can be accessed somewhat uniquely by a set of ramps near the Starbucks, you may notice that trains are actually operating on the other platform. As it turns out, currently, all Sheppard line trains operate on the southern platform, which means that the occasional lost soul waits on this platform for a train that will never come, or is going out of service. You've probably also noticed the central platform. This is well known for being a future roughed-in Spanish solution platform for when the station is eventually in need of more capacity, though at this rate it's probably not going to happen. Too bad we can't move them to Bloor-Yonge instead. And by now, you've probably noticed the art on the walls of the platforms here. This mosaic art piece created by Stacy Spiegel is titled Emergent Land, depicting scenes from the countryside on Yonge Street between Toronto and the city of North Bay. Alright, time to leave this desolate place and head over to the more popular platform. And we'll do just that by going through the part of Sheppard-Yonge that is probably the least known, the Sheppard Line Concourse. Located at the westernmost end of the whole station, this is a surprisingly large concourse with all the amenities, and it's probably the newest looking part of the station thanks to the fact that not many use it at all. It's still well equipped though with all the usual concourse amenities, and there is a set of fare gates that will lead you to two small street level entrances on Sheppard Avenue West. And finally, coming down to the Eastbound platform, we wade through the crowds of people waiting here for a Sheppard Line train and open up to a large area of the platform connecting with an entrance and the escalators down to the Yonge Line platforms. This is where you'll occasionally find some musicians serenading the crowd as well, so come on down here if you enjoy some cool music. And right here is where you'll find yet another entrance of the station. This one leading up to Hallmark Center at the southeastern corner of the intersection. And for the last leg of our tour, we'll head back down to the Yonge Line platform to check out the final concourse of the station, all the way down at the southern end of the station. This concourse will lead you to the Procter & Gamble office building, the Emerald Park Towers across the street, as well as a small street-level entrance at Yonge Street and Andale Drive. Enjoy a few more shots of the bustling Yonge Street and the Toronto Rocket trains as we finish up this tour. Alright guys, thanks for coming along with us on a tour of Sheppard-Yonge Station, one of the busiest and most consequential stations on the TTC subway network, and a great example of a station which has evolved and grown into the development that surrounds it. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below to tell us which station we should visit next. Follow us on Twitter and support us on Patreon if you would like to help keep us independent and making more videos for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.